This video is intended to help you get a better idea of how to type in operations into Excel to calculate a statement involving multiple operations. So the example I have here is very similar to the assignment for Technology 1.7, but there's some key differences, just so that you'll have an opportunity to try the technology assignment on your own. The first thing we need to do is select the cell that we want to do our calculation in. You can do this in any cell in your Excel spreadsheet. So for me, I'll select cell B6. The first thing we need to do is start typing in our formula. So anytime you want to enter a formula into Excel, you have to start with an equal sign. Then we need to make sure that Excel knows the operations and the order that we want to perform them in. So Excel, just like a calculator, follows order of operations, or PEMDAS, to the letter. So parentheses can be used for grouping. However, Excel does not understand parentheses as an operation of multiplication. So you'll have to make sure that you use the multiplication star to represent the multiplication in Excel. The first thing that we're going to need to do is to let Excel know what's in the top of our fraction. We can do this by grouping the top in parentheses. So the first thing I'm going to do is open a parenthesis to start the top values for the fraction. We can type in our 3 to start. Then I have to type in the star operation, which is the key Shift 8 on the keyboard, to be able to get that star key to show the multiplication. You can still use parentheses for the grouping of 2 plus 3, just like you see in the formula. That will let Excel know that you want to add the 2 and the 3 before multiplying the 3 on the outside. We'll type in -5 plus the value of 6. And again, now we have multiplication occurring between 6 and -3 squared. So we tell Excel that by using our star key again. The -3 we want to be grouped in parentheses, so that we know that's the value that we're going to be squaring. Excel also does not have a power 2 or an exponent key. So how you tell Excel you want something raised to a power is by using the arrow symbol. How you find that arrow symbol is by hitting Shift and the number 6 key on the keyboard. And the number following the arrow is the power that you want applied. This ends the top of our fraction, so we have to close off the other side of our parentheses that we started. If you noticed on Excel, it bolds the parentheses when you close them, so you can see what the opening and closing parentheses are being considered for that particular setup. The division key you use in Excel is your backslash on your keyboard. And then again, we need to tell Excel what the denominator or bottom of our fraction is. So again, we will open parentheses and group our bottom part of our fraction, the denominator in parentheses. We can type in 24 plus the parenthesis of our -2 value. And again, we have multiplication, so we must use the star key. And the 32 we have grouped in parentheses in our formula, but those aren't really necessary. So you can include them or not because our multiplication for the star is occurring. We'll divide by 4, close parentheses for the bottom of our fraction, and select enter so it will calculate. Now that value of 8 should be the exact same value that you get if you type your values into the calculator in a similar manner. The calculator usually has a little bit more flexibility. However, you still have to put the numerator part in parentheses and the denominator part in parentheses. However, a calculator does consider parentheses to mean multiplication, so there's fewer symbols involved if you enter it into a normal calculator.